I came in for a brochure job and ended up selling $12 million of rugs within 2 years to half of the country. Well, the brand took me on for a very small job. They basically wanted their brochure to be done, their company profile. I did that. They really liked it. They were like, we have a couple of rugs. Can you shoot those? I shot those rugs. Then they were like, can you manage our social media? I took those pictures that I took. I started posting on Instagram and sold a couple of rugs. Then I was like, okay, these rugs can sell. I was like, can you give me more rugs? They gave me more rugs. I sold them within 3 days. I was like, okay, this can really work out. I asked them to keep making more rugs. Then they were like, okay, we have this old website. Can you use this old website? It was an old WordPress website. I told them this is a very slow website. I need to remake this website. So I'll just remake it for free. So I made them a Shopify store. We sold a lot of rugs. We were managing so many rugs that I had to give them an inventory planning in advance. I had to order the rugs from the factory. I had to tell them how many rugs I needed 3 months before I needed them. I got shelves made. These were huge shelves. They were very tall shelves and in a very big warehouse. I had to figure out how to manage the warehouse. I had to learn how to manage an inventory. Then I hired a person to manage the inventory. While I was doing all of this, I was also running social media. I was also running the ads. I was also managing the website. Because the volume got so big, I had to figure out a way to shoot these rugs constantly and constantly come up with new designs. So I set up a studio for them. I bought the lights, I bought the camera. For the first few rugs I shot them myself. Then I hired a photographer. Then the order volume was getting too much. I had to coordinate with the courier companies. I had to figure out the cost. I had to figure out the expenses for everything. I had to figure out where the employees will sit. I had to figure out their office furniture. I had to figure out their needs. At this point we started Google ads, we started SEO, we started hiring influencers. The team was growing. I was managing about 8 people at this time. I had to set up a customer service team. I had to train them as well. I had to train the inventory manager, the supply chain manager, the guy who was managing the couriers, and there was a manager above all these people as well. I had to look after that guy as well. Then at the end of the month we used to have these sales forecast meetings. We used to have these inventory planning meetings. We had to optimize the return rate. I had to figure out the cost for everything. I had to figure out the expenses for everything. I had to manage the cost very well so that we are in profit. I had to figure out the product price as well. After a certain time we were managing about 700 different kind of products, and we were managing about 50,000 plus units of those products per month. And I used to be very stressed about clearing the warehouse. I had to keep it running. I had to clear the warehouse. I had to order new inventory. Then I had to clear the warehouse. So I was not only looking after the marketing, I also was looking after the sales. I was looking after the supply chain. I was looking after customer experience. I was doing influencer marketing, everything in between. I built a whole department and a brand from scratch. And by the second year, we sold about $12 million worth of product to about